Headlines today has the first exclusive details of the shape of the Modi Sarkar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will have a 45-minister cabinet which will be sworn in along with him. Very highly placed sources have indicated that Modi is likely to keep the defense ministry with himself. So he will be the Prime Minister and the defense minister. Sushma Swaraj is likely to be India's next external affairs minister. Arun Jaitley in line to be India's next finance minister, and on expected lines, the BJP's President Rajnath Singh all set to take over as India's next minister for home affairs. 45 ministers likely to take oath and be inducted into the Council of Ministers, 24 of a cabinet rank, 11 ministers of state and 10 ministers of state with independent charge. Gaurav Sawant, editor, is live with us. He's been bringing us the very latest right through this day. Gaurav, the first indications of what the top line of the Modi Sarkar is going to look like. Headlines today had reported it first, and as you reported as well, it's likely that Narendra Modi will be keeping a big portfolio to himself. Now we know that that portfolio is the all-important defense berth.
Shiv, this indeed is the Modi Sarkar in every way, in every form. With Narendra Modi also retaining defense, it's a clear indication national defense gets priority. Narendra Modi has the will, he has the vision. In fact, in several of his campaign speeches, he's spoken about this. He's spoken about how India should be an arms exporter and not just an arms importer. He's given his bureaucrats in Gujarat the long rope. If he does that in the Ministry of Defense, what will the implications be? We've seen lack of accountability. Shiv, you and I have been covering Ministry of Defense for a decade plus. And clearly, this is one ministry where whether it's the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited or the DRDO or several other weapons manufacturing laboratories or other weapons and armaments establishments, you've seen perhaps quality control is an area which there's a lot that needs to be done. With someone with a hard taskmaster like Narendra Modi at the helm of affairs, there'll be someone who look at the big picture, the big purchases that are required in defense, even something as simple as the small arms that the Indian Army needs, he'll be able to get them that. If you recall, when General V.K. Singh was handing over charge as the Chief of the Army Staff, he'd written a letter to then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh lamenting that he can barely protect this country for 3 days with the kind of weapons and ammunition the artillery had, the night vision devices that were not there. With Narendra Modi, that critical attention to defense ministry and to national defense can be paid.
Gaurav, another bit of news just in, and it's breaking on our ticker. We'll get more details on that in just a bit. But Ajit Doval, as you reported, Gaurav, a whole week ago, has been confirmed as the new National Security Advisor. That's the information that we're breaking right now, Gaurav.
Yes, we were just waiting for it to be made officially declared formally. Ajit Doval is former director of the Intelligence Bureau. He is one man who has bled for this country. He is one man who has risked his life for the country. He is a Kirti Chakra for Gallantry awardee when he entered the Golden Temple just before Operation Blue Star, when there were terrorists, hardened terrorists inside the Golden Temple. He's operated extensively in this entire region. He knows this region very well, and he's one of the people Narendra Modi relied on extensively. Narendra Modi spoke to before inviting all the SAARC heads of state and government, for his swearing-in ceremony. So we're just waiting for this to be made official. As soon as Prime Minister Narendra Modi takes oath of office, his cabinet takes over, we were told by our sources in the government that the first appointment to be made would be that of the National Security Advisor. Ajit Doval is tipped to be the National Security Advisor, and it's he who will be negotiating with Pakistan's National Security Advisor Sartaj Aziz the nuts and bolts of how to take this relationship forward, and more importantly, how Pakistan-sponsored terror needs to stop. If someone has evidence of Pakistan-sponsored terror, it is Ajit Doval.
Rizal, I'd like to bring you in on this, on Ajit Doval being named the new National Security Advisor. Prominent views on terrorism, on Pakistan. It's been known for a while now that he was going to be the next National Security Advisor. How are you viewing this?
It's a very good development. mean, he's a very, very solid intelligence.
It's also a strong message.
It's a very
It's a
strong message, yes.
former intelligence bureau head being the NSA.
Former intelligence bureau head who spent almost 6 years in Pakistan, and he had a very, very long stint in Pakistan. He's obviously a man who has played a very key role in several, tight situations. The Golden Temple, then Sikh extremism, Kandahar, and a very, very strong professional who's going to be a very key member of Mr. Narendra Modi's team.
Yeah.
I mean, there was very little doubt in the last few days that he was going to get this post. And as Gaurav said, he's going to have his first job, within hours of being
That's right.
in the position. He'll have to take on Sartaj Aziz and, discuss the nuts and bolts of this whole relationship with Pakistan. Of course, I mean, besides Pakistan,
Yes.
there are other things that are going to be on his plate. China, obviously, the situation in the neighborhood with
Right.
Bangladesh and also with Nepal. So, I mean, he is going to be a very, very crucial player.